Sidequesters, The Hero Quits, by Chad McDeadlift, as read by me, not Chad McDeadlift. Chapter 4. Okay, so listen very carefully. I've been kidnapped. I don't know where I am. I'm in some kind of weird bunker, and there's a single light above me, and there's a table in front of me, and I'm being forced to read from this terrible fucking book called Sidequesters. The Hero Quits, apparently by this dude named Chad McDeadlift. If anybody can... What are you doing? Nothing? Why? It sounds to me like you were asking for help. No, God, no. I was just asking if I could, have a drink of water. Yeah, water, that's it. You want something to drink? Yeah, is that okay, Yuri? I mean, I went 3 chapters straight through without anything, and my voice is getting kind of dry, especially, having you make me do that, hilarious, accent for this genius book you're making me read. Well, we do not have any water, but we do have vodka. You like vodka? Not exactly. I kind of quit drinking a while ago, for health reasons. Oh, you are too good for vodka then. No. I didn't say I was too good for vodka. No, vodka's fine, apparently. Sure, yeah. Get me some vodka. I'll totally drink some vodka while I do this. Hell, maybe this book will be better if I get drunk as it goes on. Fuck me. Chapter 4. Back to the main plot. With the perilous journey over the barely inconvenient hill behind them, Hero and Skippy ventured deep into dangerous territory. The dangers they faced were uncharted, unseen, unknown, unexpected, not exactly not expected, and unidentified. This dragon den, have you seen it before? Hero asked. Nope. I heard it was pretty crazy though. They're always loud as shit. No way I was ever gonna go alone to see what trouble they were stirring, said Skippy. Listen, do you hear that? Asked Hero. No, I don't hear the loud-ass noises coming from the other side of those rocks. Did I not just say they're loud as shit? Jeez, dude, come on. Skippy said, mildly annoyed. You know what I mean. No need to be a dick. Sorry, been a while since I got laid. Not a lot of sweet hedge pulling around these days. A series of loud, ear-pounding growls, followed by maniacal laughter, filled their ears. The ruckus echoed through the towering rock formations and hidden caves that led to the grotto. A struggle could be heard on the other side of the stone-built maze. Screaming and yelling accompanied the sound of frenzied splashes reminiscent of blood being spilled from bodies as they were torn to shreds. We venture into danger. Prepare yourself, Hero said with a serious grimace. Yeah, sure, let me just grab my fucking claymore and dragon fireproof shield and armor. You have such armaments? Skippy glared at Hero while atop his shoulder pauldron and blinked vehemently at the muscle-bound warrior. Hero felt Skippy's gaze without the need to look over at his fuzzy friend. It seems you're unaware that I am fucking with you, Hero quipped. Oh, so the meathead does have a sense of humor. Just don't get us killed. Worry not, my friend. I have never been killed. Skippy took a deep breath and placed his tiny fingers upon his snout with his eyes closed. He breathed out slowly and made a very audible sigh. The thunderous sound grew louder as the fearless duo passed through the rock maze into the edge of a cliff overlooking the grotto. Their view was blocked by a rising steam below. The beckoning screams and perilous slaughter of some poor, unseen creature pierced the air. Amidst the chaos, they could make out distinguished words. Alpha, Beta, Sigma was repeated over and over. These creatures were obviously under the spell of a great and terrible mage. Their fears grew stronger as the sound of plotting feet and the sting of hot winds hit them from behind. A great flapping of wing and swipe of a tail sent Hero and Skippy falling over the edge and into the thick mist below. Their doom had come at last. Hiro found himself sinking to the bottom of a murky lake. He rushed to find Skippy among the rocks of the lake floor, but alas, there was no sign of his furry friend. With air leaving his lungs, Hiro swam to the surface and took in a breath before preparing to head back into the blue oblivion. Above him came a further threat of violent attack. "Cannonball!" a voice yelled out from the cliff's edge. Hiro pulled himself out of the lake and dodged into a log set upon by two rocks at the opening of a cave. He saw a great explosion of water and virulent cheers from the bloodthirsty creatures around. "Skippy, no!" Hiro yelled out. He looked down at his wet, empty hands and clenched his tight fists. "I took a vow never to fight again. I shall avenge you though, my tiny, immature friend." Behind Hiro came a sound of light scuttling. "Ha ha ha ha! What the hell are you doing?" Skippy asked with laughter. "My furry friend, you yet live. How? Man, you gotta check this out, come on." Hiro followed Skippy further into the tunnel until they came upon a large cavern. The cave was extremely lavish, with an opening at the top that allowed rays of sunlight to shine on the dragon den. All around were decorations of what looked like ancient symbols. The words Alpha, Beta, Sigma were painted on the walls. In the middle was a fire pit with meat cooking on hot coals, surrounded by barrels labeled PBB, Pretty Bad Beer, though the last B on each barrel was faded, so it more resembled an R. And then they saw them, the dragons. They were large and ferocious. Their pot bellies stuck out from beneath their colorful shirts that resembled designs made in the faraway island of Hawaii. The shirts had buttons, yet they were not buttoned, instead left open to expose their chests. They then chanted the words that were painted on their walls, Alpha, Beta, Sigma, followed by a cascading chug, chug, chug. From behind came one of the open shirt-wearing dragons. "Oh, hey, broskies. Totes didn't know we had visitors. Hey, totally my bad back there. I for realsies didn't see you. But hey, that was a pretty sweet cannonball, am I right?" the dragon asked Hiro. Hiro muttered, dumbfounded. "Dude, that shit was awesome. How come you guys never told anyone about these sick parties, though?" Skippy asked. "Oh, shit, yeah, so our shit used to get wrecked by orcs, so we had to rage on the down low. So when the Dark Lord was repping his stacks, we barely had time to chill. Now, without the orcs around, there's too many lions and tigers and bears in the woods, you feel? So the town leaders gave us their bottom brew to keep their farms safe. We get cheap beer and they get a regulated livestock population. Pretty righteous, huh?" the dragon exclaimed in a very chillaxed fashion. Hiro looked at the Hawaiian, shirt-wearing dragon and was at a loss for words. "So, my stoic-looking dudes, what brings you to Alpha Beta Sigma? Oh, by the way, my name's Chuck," Chuck righteously stated. I think I was looking for..." Hiro stumbled over his words. Yeah, this big lunk here got duped by those assholes in Shitehole to get a dragon egg to take back to lure-headed dragon to slay to get tourists to check out the town. I mean, to make dragon armor." Skippy laughed. Chuck let out a raucous roar of laughter. "Oh, broski, my man, you didn't fall for that scam, did you? Dude, they do that to send people on wild goose chases. What about any of that makes sense, bro? Steal a dragon egg? And then what? We go chasing you so you can slay us and make dragon armor? Oh, jeez. Honestly, bro, it'd make more sense to just, gank one of us in our sleep. Oh, they sure got you." Chuck laughed. Hiro thought about the Shitehole scam for a minute before realizing something that everyone had missed. "Now, you know what? The ill-conceived scam may have had the wrong intentions, but if one were to go about wanting to make dragon-scale armor, it's actually not a bad idea to steal an egg. It could be used as bait. One could lure out the dragon, isolate it away from the den, and kill it by surprise attack before it could call out to its kin. Take out the tourist trap aspect of Shithole, and it's probably the best way to slay a dragon without sneaking in and accidentally waking the entire den. Chuck and Skippy shared a glance before looking back at Hero. Bro, you are terrifying, Chuck said. Yeah, good thing he's on our side, Skippy said nervously. Look, I'm not stealing any egg, and I'm certainly not slaying any dragons. I don't know what to do anymore, Hero lamented. Dude's going through it, Skippy told Chuck. Oh, I gotcha. You got burned out, my man. It happens to the best of us. Come on, let's go get some grub. I got a dire bear on the pit. The boys would love to meet you, Chuck said as he led them to a delicious-smelling barbecue. As the day began to wane, night leered its sombering eyes upon the surprisingly inviting dragon grotto. Hero sat by Skippy, who was enjoying a slice of perfectly cooked dire bear while he stared deep into the fire pit. The flames reminded him of his many, very many, anticlimactic battles at the base of Blood Volcano Mountain. The fight against Wrathmore had taken the better part of Hero's life, and now he was free to choose his own path. Hey, Dragon Bro, this shit is delicious, said Skippy with cheeks full of barbecued meat. Thanks, broski. That's much appreciated, said Chuck in a much groovy way. Hero continued to examine the grotto and took comfort with his new companions. He noticed the strange markings on the walls and wondered what deep, long-forgotten meaning they may have. So, Alpha, Beta, Sigma, what strange spells do these woods conjure? Hero asked. Chuck, after washing down a large piece of dire bear thigh with cheap beer, was more than happy to answer Hero's inquiry. Oh, that's what we chant to show how inclusive we are. So we accept alpha males, beta males, and sigma males. It's like a symbiotic relationship, my good man. The alphas need the betas for building hype. The betas need alphas for guidance since, well, they're betas. And the sigmas need both because otherwise they'd have no friends. See, we include all bro types across the bro spectrum. Well, hey, what about gammas, deltas, and omegas? Asked Skippy. Oh, that stuff is just made up nonsense, my tiny furry friend. Alphas, betas, and sigmas are totally real, though. You see Larry over there? Chuck asked as he pointed across the den at a long-necked dragon with glasses and an overbite. Hey, guys, Larry waved back. Yeah, total fucking beta, Chuck said. But he's still one of us. So, tell me, my stoic and almost non-verbal, perfectly muscular human friend, how did you end up here? And I don't mean like, how did you walk here, but like, how did a totally legit hero like you end up getting suckered into that dragon egg scam in the first place? You had to come from somewhere, Chuck inquired, with great inquiring curiosity that he said curiously. Yeah, where did you come from? Asked Skippy. Hero finished his cut of dire bear and let the flames from the barbecue pit turn the gears of his memories once more. Skippy and Chuck saw the foreboding look within Hero's eyes and knew that a tale of epic character-building backstory was about to be told. I got tired of fighting Wrathmore, so I quit, Hero said epically. Chuck and Skippy were taken aback at how majestic and confident Hero spoke his perfectly constructed sentence. They saw the pain, fear, anger, hatred, pity, and myriad of other emotions play across Hero's perfectly chiseled face. His delivery was unlike anything they had ever heard, since that exact combination of words was never spoken to them by anyone else. They shed a single tear, each at the utter warmth of Hero's heartfelt words. Had the printing press been invented, his statement would have been stamped upon a perfectly thick business card with raised lettering. It would be eggshell colored, and, as it was passed around the office table during a board meeting, all would be jealous at the sheer brilliance and simplistic beauty of its nature. They took a moment to catch their breath before speaking another word, as they knew nothing afterward could live up to such wonderful prose.
Wait, your hero, as in the hero, the slayer of demons, the butcher of barbarians. You're the guy that's been fighting that asshole that lives on that stupid volcano? Holy shit, dude, you're a fucking legend,
Skippy said with excitement.
And here I thought you were just another failed fitness influencer.
Yeah, we've all heard the stories. My parents fought with you. They told stories about your totally awesome bravery. I think you even rode into battle on my dad's back. He was all like, yeah, I got to fly hero right into that fiery taint of that bullshit-ass mountain. Dude, you are legit, bruh.
Chuck gushed. Now, I was, Hiro said sadly.
So, what happened?
Asked Skippy.
I got sick of it. For over 1,000 years, I fought Wrathmore. And for what? Every 50 years, there was another prophecy about an ancient evil awakening. I'd end up waking up in my mid-20s, and I would fight and kill Wrathmore yet again. How many times can an ancient evil awaken, and why? I just didn't want to do it anymore, so I quit,
Hiro said.
But, dude, Wrathmore has no one to stop him from, taking over the world,
Chuck said in a worrying tone.
Yeah, he's probably building an army right now. I bet he's destroying forests and making big-ass war machines and kidnapping fairies to turn them into orcs,
Skippy said.
That's not how orcs are made,
Hiro chimed in.
It's not?
No. They started off as normal men that decided to quit eating meat. They hid away in the woods and ate nothing but plants. After a few generations, their intelligence dropped and their skin turned sickly and green. They grew jealous of the meat eaters and how ripped and healthy they were, so they started a war. Naturally, they got decimated by the superior, muscle-bound meat eaters and retreated to the wastelands near Black Doom Mountain. Wrathmore ended up recruiting them as his personal army. The fairies had nothing to do with it.
Skippy and Chuck sat in silence as how what they were told about the nature of orcs was a fabricated lie, sped by fairy propaganda. Hiro continued to stare into the fire as his companions let the gears of introspective thought turn within their very, very tiny, so very tiny brains. And then, like a spark ignited by a wet match, Skippy had an idea.
Wait a minute. I got it,
Skippy said. Hiro and Chuck looked at each other, then Skippy. They expected either sheer brilliance or utter stupidity.
Okay, so we can agree that Wrathmore is probably regrouping, right? Well, if our buddy Hiro needs a break from being a hero, let's just go find a new hero,
Skippy suggested.
It can be like a mantle or passing the torch kind of thing. Same hero, different person. Hey, they do it in those Marvelous Tales books all the time. In fact, at this point, we could get pretty much anyone to fill your place. They don't even need any experience. I mean, look at the latest Human Spider. Or Captain Arizona, Iron Suit, Thunder God. Same name, but they just throw in some random jackass and people eat it up. Let's do that.
That's absurd,
Chuck lamented.
But, it also might totally work. What do you say, broski?
Chuck asked. Hiro sighed and flicked a rock into the barbecue pit. Skippy's words played across his mind like an orcish war drum during a forced breeding campaign. He remembered as orcs would raid human camps and attempt to take and force themselves upon human females. Yet, when it came to the task, they were unable to perform due to a lack of proper meat-based protein in their diet. The human females usually just walked back to their villages, laughing hysterically. Orcish numbers only grew since orc females sought out muscular human males to breed with. The human male's only request was for orcish females to, at the very least, bathe and shower before being violated. Some orcs found that to be offensive, but because they were rarely satisfied by orc males, obliged the request to shave and bathe for the human males. Over time, orc raids only consisted of orc females dressed in corsets and high heels, with teased hair, eyeshadow, and perfume. Eventually, Wrathmore had to limit the amount of orc raids to only 4 per month, as the female orcs were getting out of hand. The Dark Lord was shocked, though, by the lack of resistance from the humans. Some human women even held orc raid invitation parties for an orc to join them with their husbands. They called every Wednesday Orc Fuck Frenzy 3-Way Night.
Hero?
Chuck asked.
Sorry, I was, thinking about something.
Hero said.
Like what? Orc raids. A memory I'm both pained by and fond of at the same time. Want to talk about it?
No. Yeah, that's nice and all, but we still have a Dark Lord to deal with,
Skippy interjected. Hero thought once more. This time, not about those horribly lustful orc raids, but instead about Skippy's plan.
Now, yeah, I guess. Sure, let's do it,
Hero said confidently, unsure.
Alright, let's go find the new hero,
Skippy celebrated.
Where do we find heroes anyway?
He asked. Chuck sighed and debated whether to give his input. He took a deep breath and finished his shitty beer before speaking.
Oh, shit. I know where we can go. There's a place where warriors roam the streets in abundance. They will, literally fight about anything. They're, super social and travel in huge, loud groups, so trust me, they're not hard to find. But be warned, they don't like heroes that, look like you anymore. Things have changed a lot in the past few years. You might have to, wear a wig and hide your muscles and your eyes, and maybe try to speak with a lisp if they try to talk to you.
Hero scowled at Chuck and took a deep breath as he closed his eyes. He knew exactly the place that Chuck was talking about.
So, where are we going?
Asked Skippy excitedly. Hero answered in a much irritated tone before Chuck could say a word.
Iron Vale.
Hero groaned.